Hello. What's up? Okay. All right, everyone. What's going on? Hey, happy Saturday. I'm just working on another animation, don't know how long it's going to take me to do, but basically it's going to take some time. Um, Working on it one shot at a time, basically. And I need to animate his hands. That shouldn't take very long. Oh, yeah. So, I want to show you my mask that I bought. I got one of these like Japanese theater masks. I was on I was looking on eBay for like those wood blocks. I don't know, because I wanted to make like record wood block sounds. And then this thing popped up and it was only $80 and I got it shipped in from Japan. It showed up like in 3 days. And this is like amazing. Like I just love how this looks. It's so cool. And it's made out of like solid wood. It looks like it was hand carved. I don't know, like I got some sort of deal on this thing. Basically, those masks are like that one in particular is supposed to be like a jealous woman kind of spirit. But apparently there's like 200 different types of like theater masks from Japan, and there's like 10 of them that kind of look like that, and they're slightly different characters. So I'm not exactly certain what kind of mask that is, but it's cool. That's all. I gotta hang it up in my kitchen. What kind of wood? I don't know what kind of wood it is. It's like a dark kind of wood though, and it's got a lot of swirls in the wood. I don't know what that would be, but It'd be a little bit of like a little bit of movement in the arms, I think, just a small amount. Good question for the guy who made it, sold it. I've had good experiences reaching out to the sellers in Japan. Yeah, maybe I should do that, actually. That's, it was weird. I bought it, and then he gave me like a 5-star review like 3 minutes later. Like, he must have been online or something. And then he's like, I'm sending it out, and it like showed up 3 days later from Japan. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I never had anything shipped. I thought I was expecting it to show up in like 2 weeks or something, or 3 weeks. He was like boxing it up as like 5 minutes after I bought it. Have you tried Adobe's attempt at generative AI, and do you think it could be useful in your stuff? It's not useful for my animations because my animations are all pixelated, and the AI stuff is all like not pixelated, you know what I mean? So I can't really use it for anything. Unless I were to generate something and then trace over it, which sometimes I actually do that, just if I need like, you know, something quick. But I've been using it more for just like removing stuff. Like I take photos of my artwork on in my room, and sometimes let me just show you what I mean. Yeah, so my paintings here, like I take a photo of the painting. There's actually a poster on the wall here. And so what I just like select the area and I just say like remove the poster, and it's like almost, it's like perfect like every time. So I mean, I don't know, I've been using a lot of the generative AI, but it's mostly just to like remove images, like to just do things I would do in Photoshop, but it takes me like 3 seconds rather than like 10 minutes, you know what I mean? I don't use it for like generating pictures though, because it actually looks like, it looks like crap basically, and I don't have the patience to like sit there and mess with the prompts forever to get it to look good. I mean, I might try using it right now actually, because let's just see if I can get it to work and do something. I need to draw a can of Coke, so maybe I'll just try like generating a can of Coke, and then, but you're gonna see it's not that easy. Let me just make sure my Adobe's up to date. I kind of Photoshop. The thing that annoys me is that where's the update button? Like that. I think I have to use a different version of Photoshop. I use an old version of Photoshop for drawing. How often do you render? Or is my computer crazy powerful? Well, I don't really have to render anything because everything's at like super low resolution. But when I'm doing 3D stuff, I have to render it, obviously, but it's pretty quick. I honestly have a pretty fast computer now, so I upgraded. I used to do everything on a Mac Mini. I got a Mac Studio, so it's a lot faster. So, have I ever animated somebody skateboarding? No, have not. It probably wouldn't look right if I were to try to animate someone skateboarding. It would probably look comedically wrong. The image AI, the AI generation stuff is getting to a point where it's actually very difficult to tell if it's a real photo or not. I've seen some generated photos of fake people recently on Twitter, and it's pretty much getting to the point of photorealism with no tells. I'd say in probably a year, 2 years, or maybe not in just a couple months, we're getting to a point where people that are technically like proficient won't be able to tell if something is AI or not. Maybe you have to run it through some sort of computer that will tell you. But maybe in a couple of years, even computers won't be able to tell you if it's AI or not, you know? I don't know. Thomas Groth. Listen, people always ask me, have I ever thought about making a video game or whatever, and I don't know, like, if you're a video game developer, or if you've tried to develop a video game before. But basically, you would be asking me to learn how to program in C#. I don't know how to program at all, and I have no interest in learning, to be quite honest, because I don't want to spend more time on the computer than I already do. So that was one thing. I tried learning how to code during the pandemic, and then I made like a little tiny game, and I don't know. I just it's not something that I'm interested in doing. You know, I'd like to work with a game studio and maybe provide like one creative aspect to it. You know, like a score or something. I actually had that opportunity early in the year, but I asked for like a lot of money basically, and they couldn't afford it. So, but I knew like if I were to do a score for a video game, that I would be working on it for at least 6 months, probably full time, because I wouldn't be able to make a half-ass job of it. Maybe in the future, someone will be able to have the budget, you know. You guys are not distracting me, don't worry, Madeline. I mean, the reason why I stream is not really to animate, I just want to provide something, I don't know, just talk to you guys, you know? I might be able to round up an indie team. The thing is, I would want to pay them properly, you know what I mean? And, unless I got applied for funding or something like that, I don't think I can afford to hire video game developers right now. And I don't really believe in the pro bono or giving out a percentage of sales or whatever. I just prefer to pay people, you know. That's it. Because quite frankly, there's too much of that bullshit, especially in Canada. And people just, you know, filmmaking and stuff. Oh, you know, it's a monetary, it's like a honorarium and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of people can take an advantage of. And I think it needs, the buck's got to stop somewhere, you know. So I work with a lot of people, and usually the only times they don't get paid is if they're like someone like another YouTuber or like some big name person, basically, that doesn't need the money. Like it's. But I always offer, even in that case, I still say, you know, if someone gives me a voice or something, I'll offer like some merch, like I could design a merch thing for them or something, you know. But I don't do like I don't really give that stuff out that often, you know, like offering to design merch for people. It's pretty. It's maybe I think I've done it like 2 or 3 times. Thomas Groth, I know I appreciate that, man. I really do. It's not so much that it's a mixture of many different things. It's not being able to pay people, but also the mental, like, just the planning and organization, and I'm not really interested in making a video game. I'm not even on it. Honestly, guys, I'm not even interested in animation. To be frank, I mean, I'm doing it because I mean, it's fun to do once in a while, but like, I really want to like try to do things in real life with real people, you know. So that's why I've been trying to experimenting with live action videos and stuff. It's just honestly the computer is like I'm getting so like it's I feel like we're not designed as humans to be sitting on computers so much, and you know, growing up we'd have a computer in the house, but it wasn't something that occupies so much of your time or attention, you know. Now we have computers in our pockets, right? Look, I'm drawing a guy on the computer, but it's I'm gonna do an animation about kind of, these are like thoughts that go on in my head, right? So I mean, you know, I don't want it to be preachy or anything. I just want it to be like, this is what I'm thinking about. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, I don't think there's like enough artists even just like aware of the fact that the paradigm shift of people spend so much time on the computer. Like, I don't see it in their art. I don't know, like I see a lot of art that is just pretty, and but what is it trying to say about what we're living through right now? You know, I don't. And so honestly, it kind of pissed me off sometimes. I get angry, and I shouldn't, obviously, but you know, I see some artists out there kind of, I don't know what the word is, but it's almost like glamorizing nostalgia for computers, and I see it a lot, and it's very popular on the internet. People don't recognize how it's gotten to a point where it has become negative to the human psyche. Like, it's fine, computers are improving our lives, obviously, but we need to figure out a way that we're not on it all the time, connecting, you know. It's like I used to work for someone, and basically if I didn't respond to the email within 2 hours, she'd be like, did you see my email? And then he'd like call me on the phone. It's like you're expected to be there online all the time for certain things, especially for work, some jobs and stuff, you know. Okay, so the guy's typing there. I got him typing. Done. So move on to the next shot, which is, he's typing really fast, so I'm gonna just slow him down a bit here. Maybe I'll animate some of the reflections of a screen on his hands a bit, so it looks a little bit more lively. Giovanni, I love how you turn Mischief into a Virginia-class submarine in the War Thunder video. Yeah, isn't that like the Virginia-class? Isn't that like the largest U.S. submarine? I think it might be it. I was doing a little bit of research on that. Madeline Smith, let me tell you something about animation. If you're gonna get into animation as a career, as an animator, I just want you to understand how abysmal the industry is right now. Everywhere I see is animation companies laying people off and rehiring people in other parts of the world where labor is basically way cheaper. So, you know, when they made The Simpsons and stuff, they made the animation in South Korea, I believe, and obviously they outsourced all the keyframe, all the hard work and the labor was outsourced to a cheaper country. But then we had the digital revolution, and then people started being able to animate in little computers in Canada and the United States, little studios here. But a lot of that now is also being re-outsourced back to countries like India and China, and the career path of being an animator that works for a company in North America is so extremely risky. I would never recommend that anyone try to get into it. And alternatively, you know, there is independent. You can be an independent animator, such as myself, but that's also extremely risky. You know, I even for myself, I'm somewhat successful. I've been in a lot of film festivals, and I have a YouTube channel and all that sort of thing. But it's you know it's yeah, basically it's like you got to sell a ton of merch. You got to it's not so easy. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna say this: if you want to get into animation, do it because you love animation, because you want to make something that's fun and cool. And you know, I would. And then the thing is if you make something that is like that, and people can see that you're doing it out of love and creativity, and then you'll find success likely in the independent realm. But you know, and the thing is, it's like another thing is too, if you go through the industry, you'll end up working on a lot of kid shows. Like something like 80% of the animation is out there is like kid shows, and I don't know if you might be fine working on that sort of thing, but that would drive me absolutely insane. So it's there's my rant about animation. So yeah. The Virginia class is a fast attack and rather small. It was the Ohio class that's the biggest. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. All right. I think I was reading about that. I was also reading about the Russian Typhoon class submarine, which they recently retired, but that's like insanely large. I've seen some pictures of that, and it's pretty cool, but like, anyway, yeah, so I needed. You know, I don't know, like you guys, but the whole just labor industry in general has just been insane in Canada. So I don't know what, options are left really. So, okay, I need to open up my other Photoshop here. Okay. So someone was asking me earlier, do I use the generative tool in Photoshop? So I'm going to try it now. Contextual taskbar, I think is it. Import image. Generate image assets. Generative fill. Okay, so I need a hand poke on a computer desk. We issued an issue with your prompt. What the fuck was wrong with my prompt? Coke? Is that what it was? Oh my god. Can of Pepsi on a computer desk. Well, that's definitely not a can of Pepsi. And it also encountered another issue with the content guidelines. But am I not allowed to use, like... This is bullshit. This is, I mean, this is the kind of shit that's just, like, ridiculous. Like, what am I... Is it illegal to generate Pepsi cans? And, like, what the fuck is this? What? It looks like a can of peas on a laptop that doesn't have a screen. So I don't know how useful it is. Especially, I mean, Photoshop's generative fill is just garbage, basically. It is good for removing things. Let's just generate another one, see what happens. See, this is ridiculous. What is this? This is sort of, maybe, sort of useful, but not really. It looks like a radiator for a car or something. So I don't really use it. I just, you know, honestly, there's other sites out there like Pexels, which is just free stock photos, and you can go to Pexels and type in can of Coke on desk. You get a lot of weird shit on here too, though. Maybe just a can of Coke. And of course, they generate all these like tall, skinny cans. Like that's not the kind that people see in their head when you think of a can of Coke. So actually, honestly, this is not even that useful either. But I think it's literally a cylinder. So I'm just gonna draw it with my head using my brain. So I'm gonna quit Photoshop here. Sorry, I get very riled up. Pen's missing. Pexels is a pretty good site, actually. So Drawing a cylinder is not that hard, actually. It just takes a while to get the lines right. Oh, I have problems already. To get rid of the white here. And I should save this. I don't know what's going on with my keyboard, but it's like typing in random characters sometimes. Oh, I'm not pressing any buttons, and it's, you see what it's doing? There's like a ghost in my room. Save. Oh, I don't know why you guys watch my stream, because every time I do it, it's just me having computer problems. Do you do art full time, or do you have a day job? What is it? No, I do this full time now. This is what I do. I mean, it's everything I do is basically art at this point. Well, I do freelance once in a while. For instance, we shot some videos that were basically guitar videos, and we just edit them and sound mix them. But that's not really, I don't really rely on it. It's just kind of, we do it once in a while because we have an old client. I used to be a video editor, like a corporate video editor. It's actually plugged in the keyboard. I don't know what's going on. There's some sort of glitch. Are you gonna do another live action calendar, man? I don't know, man. I don't know. I was thinking of doing Milk Bob instead, which was it would be completely white. I'd have to bleach my hair platinum blonde and drink milk and have a different character named Milk Bob who discusses the benefits of calcium, and I don't know what exactly my plan was with that. About I don't think I'm gonna do that, quite honestly, because I don't want to platinum bleach my hair. Because I can't do Milk Bob with black hair. That's not gonna be very good. Like, it needs to be all white. You know what I mean? Maybe I can like like. I don't think you can color correct hair to be white. What's that? Get a wig, Carolina says. She says, I'm not going to bleach my hair white. But she doesn't understand that you have to fully commit if you want to do Milk Bob. The wig thing, I don't think that's... Maybe if I put a bald cap on. I can't hear. She's like yelling in the other room. I got headphones on. Get a makeup person to put on a wig. Maybe I might be able to do that. Yeah. Hire a makeup person. Maybe I will do that. Milk Bob, basically, he's gonna work in like a milk testing facility, and he's the guy that has to test the milk to make sure it hasn't gone bad. And they lock him in this little room, and they give him little milk samples, and every 20 samples or so, there's like rotten milk, and he's like, oh, that was a spoiled batch, and it's like 58 degrees in the middle of summer, and he's like, what?
I thought he liked clam chowder.
Yes, he likes clam chowder. And they're like, Milk Bobby, just keep it together, man. And it's like, you got 8 more hours to go, like on your shift, right? He's just constantly drinking milk. Is that how a can of Coke looks like? I need a can of Coke. Okay, so it's more... There's like a lip, and it goes down, and the thing is more pronounced. So the lip is like this. Then it goes... Just wait till you get old. I bet Milk Bob would look better old. I think you're right. I think I should wait until I'm like 59, and then I can do Milk Bob. It'll be much more funny, I think. I was also thinking of maybe of doing Milk Bob, but he has the exact same mannerisms of the Calendar Man, like the same voice and everything, and it's the exact same shit, except he's talking about milk. I thought that would have been funny. That made me laugh, but then Carolina's like, nah, that's not gonna work. But it would work.
Say that?
Man, I don't know if you guys ever go to like... So if you go to like Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, you'll be driving on the side of the road, and there's gonna be like the sketchiest looking shack. Like a literally boarded up place, but this has clam chowder spray painted on the wall. And they're selling clam chowder in there. And people always tell me that that's the best place to get the clam chowder, up there in Cape Breton on those sketchy ass shacks where they sell clam chowder in the middle of summertime. But I always think like it's a little bit strange to me that what's going on in there? They got this big pot, they're just stewing up a big batch of clam chowder. It's like August 15th, like 34 degrees Celsius. I mean, give me some ice cream. I don't want milk right now. I don't want milk and fish. But I don't know, maybe people like that stuff, you know. I used to drink clam chowder out of a coffee mug. Yeah. Okay, there's my can of Coke. Let's zoom out a second. Oh. I got the little registered symbol on Umami in that Calendar Man video, and people think I like put that in there like just to make it look like one of those retro things, but I actually own the registered trademark for the word umami in the United States for animations like videos, entertainment services, and a whole bunch of other things. I filed the trademark like 3 years ago, and it finally came in like a year ago. And I did that basically so that no one else could register the word umami and tell me to stop using it. But now I'm officially, legally umami. It was kind of tricky to get because there was a different company called Umami Entertainment that was like a video production company, and I had to wait until their trademark expired before I could file my trademark. And I got lucky because it lapsed and they didn't renew it. So actually, perspective-wise, the curve on the bottom of the can would be more deep than it is even up here. How hard was it for you to file the trademark? It wasn't that hard. It just, it was expensive. That's all. I hired some lawyers to do it for me, basically. And, there was someone almost tried to, have it, someone tried to challenge it, basically. There was a phonograph record company from Japan that wanted the word umami for phonographic needles, and I was filed it for the same class, basically for vinyl records, not the needles. For some reason, they thought that would conflict with their needle thing. Anyway, we came to an agreement on that. I didn't want to get involved in some sort of trademark war with some Japanese company that sells needle heads for $1,300. Do you have it in Canada as well? It's pending in Canada. But here's the thing. This is the problem with Canada. Canada's a joke meme country at this point because it shouldn't take like 4 friggin' years for a trademark application to go through. I don't know what these... You know that one in 4 people that are employed in Canada work for the Canadian government? You know how fucked up that is? So we have like a quarter of our population working in government, and it still takes them like 4 years to go through their trademark applications, which there can't be that many, to be quite frankly. I don't understand what they're doing in these government offices. They're not doing anything. They're yeah, so I don't know. But basically, I got the American one before I got the Canadian one, and it'd probably be like 10 years before I hear back from the Canadian trademark office. Mark Lithic. It's me, and I mean, there's a Carolina and Ali work for me as well, so I'm not, and there's other people in the credits sometimes. So I do a lot of animation, but honestly, Ali does a lot of animation these days. I just give her tons. She did the whole crayon one with Jimmy Alfonso. I basically wrote the script and did the sound design. Carolina edited it, but all the drawings were done by Ali. I mean, I do the art direction basically, but like, you know. Okay, there's my can. Now, I wonder if I should write the word Coke on there. I think I'm gonna just kind of like have it on the side here, maybe. Not a Pepsi guy. Well, you know, as Norm Macdonald would say, when you go to a restaurant and you ask for a can of Coke, and the server says, "Is Pepsi okay?" You look at him and you say, and you say, like, how can you ask me that question? Basically, like. So no, I don't like Pepsi actually. I really actually don't like Pepsi at all, and I don't know why. It's just there's something about it. If I'm gonna drink this amount of sugar, I want it to be the right, like the kind of sugar that I want. You know what I mean? Coke is a good. I don't like Pepsi. I don't know. This is not. That doesn't even look close to how the text is. You know what? Let's just Is safe mode dead? No, safe mode's not dead. I'm just taking a prolonged. I'm taking a sabbatical from safe mode, and I do have the episode like half animated, but I'm just not interested in finishing it for some reason. So I'm working on smaller projects until I get my head in the right mindset to finish safe mode. So I'm in no rush to finish it. Like I don't need to rush and get it done. You know, I'm not going anywhere. Basically, is what I'm saying. So I don't know when the next episode's going to come out, but sometime, I guess. I think that sort of looks like the, you know, honestly, I don't want it to look exactly like the word Coca-Cola. It's like, you know, when you're painting, if you were to do a painting of text on a sign, and you get these little details in the background, you wouldn't go and write it perfectly exactly how the text says. You basically do something that kind of looks like text, you know. Because I don't want people to like. It's too much detail is not good sometimes, you know. Especially because this can is going to be in the dark shadows anyway. Umami, this might be an odd question, but what are your thoughts on the multiverse theory? I thought it would be a good question for you because of the content that you make. So I don't know, like there's different like types of multiverse theories, right? I guess I don't know all of them, and I don't really know. I haven't really done much research on it. But basically, there's this idea that there's different universes out there that with their own different types of physics that could be completely different from our own. Or is the multiverse theory that there's different universes out there with different versions of ourselves? Like, that's different Justin, different Umami out there in a different universe. I definitely don't believe in the second one. So the first one, where there could be universes with like completely different physical properties for atoms or something like that, you know? I don't know. I mean, this is like basically asking me if God exists, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, what are my thoughts on it? I mean, the thing is, I honestly don't think about it too much. I think I think it's hard enough to consider the single universe that we already exist in, that we're able to observe, and that there's a lot of problems with it that we still haven't resolved. So to consider that there's a multiverse feels like we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Maybe we should kind of like, you know, at least try to nail down what our current observable universe is. Because might as well, you're just kind of theorizing, you know. Of course, when you do theorize stuff about like the multi-universe, it might pertain to aspects of our own current universe. I just honestly, I'm not really informed on this topic, so I'm not really a good person to ask, and I haven't thought too much about it myself either. So. Mark, I appreciate the comments, man. I really do appreciate those comments, man. I do appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Okay, there's my Coke can. I have to. So on his desk, there's a can of Coke, and there's some crap here. I don't know what that's supposed to be. On my desk is, oh, it's one of these like, it's, you know what this is? It's like a weird suction cup that you put on your body, basically. Like it like pulls blood to the skin. You ever see those like Olympic athletes and they got like big red circles on their back and stuff, especially like the swimmers? It kind of like, I don't know, if you have like, sometimes I pull a muscle on my back, it kind of just like helps relieve tension and stuff. Stick something in the back. But I think if I put this in the video, people would be like, what the fuck is that? It's like a big blue button or something. So, I don't know what I should draw here. Probably a pencil. It looks like there is a pen, actually. What else is there? I don't know what that could be. Maybe a bottle cap or something, or I don't know, just a circle thing. Maybe a coin. Circle thing, yeah. Let's put a penny or like a loony or something there. So when you draw in perspective like this, the top, this part of the circle, should be less curved than the bottom one. Typically, if you're thinking of a standard kind of looking down view. So if I'm drawing a coin, it should be more flat on the top. But it also has to be more curved than this one because it's lower in the image. That's kind of tricky to do. It's close. Just erase some of the excess. Cupping, that's what they call it. Yeah. Chinese cupping remedy stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same thing as those glass bulb things. It's just like they're kind of like rubber. I don't think they work as well, but they work fine. At least you don't have these weird glass things on your back. Do you ever hide subliminal ding-dongs in your artwork like Disney? No. However, so back in my art school days, we had to do self-portraits for practice, right? And this is kind of a cringe memory. But I had to do a self-portrait of myself, and I painted myself in the studio. And but the thing is, the windows in our building, they looked like this, basically. The windows in our art studio looked like this. And they looked something like this, basically. And so I painted myself right here, and like this. However, it was dark, so actually, so basically, it would have it was dark, is what I'm trying to say. And the windows I painted, I think. The light coming in from outside the windows, and so basically like that. And when you remove it, just kind of, oh wait, sorry, there was also this part which makes it look like a penis, really. And then so you get rid of the white here, fill this in with black. Yeah, so basically I did a painting of myself like this, and it just, I don't know if anyone noticed, but it kind of looks like a subliminal penis. It looked more like a penis in the painting than this drawing here, but basically, it just kind of, I didn't do it on purpose, but it just kind of looked like I painted myself with a big cock or something. So immediately I finished the painting and I was like, ah, shit. And I didn't like the painting afterwards because it had this like subliminal penis in it. And but no, I don't do that in my animations. I do put symbolism in the paintings and the animations. Yeah. So I think that painting's probably like at my parents' house under a pile of drawings or something. The self-portrait was actually pretty good though, if I remember. It was done with oils too, which was kind of tricky to do. But I remember it didn't quite look like me. It like sort of slightly didn't look like me, which is... It's always hard to paint yourself because you're trying to like... You always try to like... You're definitely trying to... Like you have to paint without ego basically, you know? You can't correct any flaws in your face or whatever, you know? Like there's like pimple or something, or you know... you try not to paint it or whatever, but you really should. I mean, the practice is to paint what you're seeing. You know what I mean? I live 5 miles from the closest store, but right across the street is an RV parking lot with a vending machine. It has been an oasis for me many times. I don't remember last time I ordered anything out of a vending machine. We don't really have them. Well, not in my neighborhood. I don't really see them much. Did I see the Nexpo video on me? Oh yeah, man, I definitely saw that. That was a while ago though. That was like 3 years ago or something. I think so. Okay, so usually there's like ingredients or something, nutritional facts, you know, whatever the hell that would be, on a can of Coke. And sometimes there's like a symbol or something. There's like a recycling symbol. Down here or something. Bryce Hickson, thank you for the comment. I appreciate that. You know, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to like make another animation like interface. I just don't have, like, I was on some sort of like crazy creative binge. I just don't feel like I have the energy anymore to animate a feature film. You never know. Maybe I'll do it again sometime. But like, I feel a little bit burnt out after, and it's been a couple years since I released that film. I still feel a little bit burnt out. I've been taking care of my health a lot more, because when I was doing that animation, I was not like exercising properly, or like even leaving the apartment enough. You know that little app that like tracks you on Google, like shows you where you go and stuff? I was basically like, if you were to like look at a map of like the neighborhood, this is like so these are all different apartments, right? There's a butcher over here, there's like a grocery store over here, and the gym's like over here basically, and my apartment was right here. So basically it would be like, look, you can track your movement for the month. It would give me a summary, right? And it would be like this, and then it would be like this, like once or twice maybe. I didn't go to the gym that often, and that was it. Like I didn't leave. Like I was basically here the whole time animating interface, and literally I would do it like 8 hours a day, or sometimes more. I mean, it's because when we had COVID, I couldn't physically leave my apartment after 7 p.m. because we had a curfew in the wintertime. That was actually insane. But whatever, I was just put my head down and I worked on on interface, you know. But now that we don't have any of that stuff, and I have, you know, I had pains in my legs and poor posture. I've been like, I can't do this again. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm gonna make another feature film, I need to get funding and do it properly with a team, you know? You know what I mean? Like, this year though, I've been going to the gym a lot more. I've been going like 3 times a week at least. And you know what the number one thing that has done to improve my posture is doing squats and deadlifts. And I've gone to different places over the years, physiotherapists and chiropractors, and they always give you these stretches and things to do, and they basically should just say you just need to start doing deadlifts, because like that's like the only thing. Like, I noticed it almost immediately, after I started doing those, you know, just you have to build the muscles up in your lower back and your upper back too, but otherwise, if you don't have the muscle there, you're never going to be able to stand properly. And it's like, I don't know, they don't teach you this stuff in school, basically, you know? Like, gym class is basically throwing dodgeballs at people's faces. I mean, you don't need to be deadlifting when you're 8 years old, but I mean, like, I don't know, maybe it'd be nice to, like, know stuff about building muscle and stuff. And, anyway, yeah. I destroyed my lower back doing deadlifts in college. Be careful. Yeah, that's another thing. That's why I avoided them for so long, because I knew they were like kind of dangerous. Well, not dangerous, but like if you don't do them with the proper form, And some people go crazy with them and like put like a ton of weight, and they're like, I don't really like I don't want to put so much weight on it that I'm like trying to do like a record or something, you know what I mean, for myself. I just want to get the muscle built up there so I'm stronger, you know what I mean? But I don't want to be like going crazy putting how much, I don't know how much pounds it is, but the stereotype of basement dwellers with a walking stick hits home to some. Yeah. Tyler, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. You tried lifting a ton of weight. Yeah. I start everything off. I start off at baby levels, and I increase it only maybe once a week if I feel like I can. But then it's gonna get to a point eventually where I feel like I don't really need to increase it anymore. I'm just happy with the strength level that it's at, you know. Hey, Robert, I appreciate the comment. Thank you. Much better on your back and decompresses you. What's that? Start doing pull-ups and hanging curls. I don't know what a hanging curl is, but I've done pull-ups and the wide pull-ups too. I also have I have one of those reverse incline tables in my merch room where I hang upside down like a Count Dracula once in a while. And then sometimes I just hang from the bars, just hang there after doing like squats and stuff. Because it does compress your spine, and so you have to uncompress it. Doob step it. Thank you for the comment, man. I got too much crap on my desk. I can't do a standing desk because there'd be like 400 cables getting caught into it every single time, and it would like pull everything off the table and crash. There's too many things in here. So this over here, what is that? It's supposed to be like one of those like little desk speakers. One of those like Logitech things. Whatever. It's fine. Fix it later. Usually there's like a little logo or something down here. Something like that. Okay, that's... And then what else? The computer monitor would be like over here. sometimes, most of the time actually, these monitors have little chins. And this part will be black. These are the shadows. And, well, actually, I'm gonna... Yeah, let's do that. Probably like a, I don't know, like a stand. This kind of monitor that this guy has is really low on his desk. Realistically, it should be up here if you want to have better posture and stuff. But for this animation, that's part of the idea. Basically, is it doesn't. Whatever he's doing is doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Man, oh, you know what, you guys? I don't know. Like, speaking of backpacks, you know, I gotta say, what is up with the broccoli zoomers and backpacks in the gym? I mean, you're not supposed to judge people in the gym. I know this, but like, they sometimes they come into the gym and they work out with their backpacks on, and they're like balancing on the bench with one foot while doing exercises with dumbbells with their backpack on. And it's always a broccoli zoomer, and it's confusing me. It's like, I'm pretty sure I've seen that as a drawing, like a meme drawing of that before. And then I see it in real life. I'm like, wait a second, that's not a meme. This is real. Okay, there, we got that. Now, what am I doing over here? What's back here? Shadows? Okay. I don't know. Is that pick up a pen? Some paper clip or some paper or some... a piece of paper here. And on this side, nothing, but I'll just... okay. What the fuck is a broccoli zoomer? What is a broccoli zoomer? How do you guys not know what broccoli zoomers are? It's... you guys... I don't know what's going on. It's just a young guy basically with this haircut. This you know, it's the broccoli haircut. I don't know why. Uh, okay. Let's just. I need to add the lighting. Okay, that's that lighting. Now the other lighting is blue. There's two light sources. The window from his back, and there's the red from his screen. This is a moody can of Coke. I think it needs more black though. The can would leave a shadow, I think. So this part would be in shadow, here black. And actually, this part of the speaker would probably be in shadow. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I don't like to do full solid black anymore. I just think it looks better to have it just kind of slightly broken up a bit. So I'm just going to Also, this penny, whatever this coin is. Do the same thing. So with this pen, or this,
How very much I've loved you. How very much I've tried my best to give you the good life.
just picked up the frog and submarine mug to go with my bird. Hey, Giovanni, appreciate that. Thank you. I'll be sending those frogs next batch out tomorrow, actually. Did you ever work in clay, either ceramics or stop motion? I did actually a clay animation a long time ago. And I was like 10. And basically it's crap. And the characters slowly over time became more mushed because I wasn't using like a skeleton or anything. It was just like little clay people. I don't... It wasn't very good animation. It was terrible, actually. um... Okay. I don't know what I need to put back here. Just some texture or something. And screen. Oh. I just do this. Just kind of give it some more. Just makes the image look a little bit more dynamic. Even if it doesn't make sense that there's blue light here. I think it goes nicely in the corner because it's counteracting the red in this corner. Yeah, was that Jim Jones? Yes. When I made this album, I decided to put samples from the FBI recording of Jim Jones into this album. Just because I just thought it would just make it sound creepy. It is kind of creepy. Uh, Good night, Mark. I think, honestly, I'm probably done too, actually. I just wanted to stream really quick with you guys. I think I'm happy with my drawing. I gotta try not to overdo things, Back in the day when I started animating, I would draw a shot in like under an hour and be happy with it. So nowadays I overdo things and I need to pull myself back a little bit. So I got a close-up of that. I'm gonna do a couple different close-ups, I think, for this animation. That's it. Alright, everyone. Take care. Have a good weekend. And thanks for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you all next time. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.